Your bite-sized daily roundup of the biggest news from the world of film. This is the Daily Reel with Van Connor.
Good morning, it's Wednesday and it's July the 28th. Birthday to rising star John David Washington, Showgirls and Saved by the Bell's Elizabeth Berkley, and voice acting legend Peter Cullen. It was 28 years ago today that Mel Brooks' Robin Hood Men in Tights came out. Meanwhile, boasting one of the all-time theme songs, Rennie Harlan's Deep Blue Sea was released today in 1999, and the first movie shown in Saudi Arabian cinemas for 35 years, the Emoji Movie opened 4 years ago today in 2017. Here and now in 2021 though, today's all about this. Universal Pictures and its streaming service Peacock have inked a $400 million deal with Blumhouse and Morgan Creek for a forthcoming trilogy of Exorcist films. As we mentioned on Monday, David Gordon Green, the director of 2018's well-received horror revival Halloween, has penned a sequel to the 1973 classic that he's set to helm, and at least one familiar face is set for a reappearance. Oscar nominee Ellen Burstyn, who played the mother of Linda Blair's possessed child in the original, is set to return for the first time to the franchise. She'll star opposite Hamilton's Leslie Odom Jr., who'll lead the trilogy as the father of a newly possessed child who seeks out Burstyn's character Chris McNeil for help. The currently untitled first film in the trilogy, which has been described as a continuation of the existing franchise, will hit cinemas on the 13th of October 2023, but it's currently unclear whether or not the following two features will also see a theatrical release or be exclusive to Peacock. Meanwhile, Halloween Kills, the second of Green's Halloween trilogy, will finally slash its way onto the big screen on the 15th of October this year.
You showed me Reagan's double. Same face, same voice, everything. And I'd know it wasn't Reagan. I'd know in my gut. I'm telling you that thing upstairs isn't my daughter.
BAFTA winner Michael Ward, the breakout star of Channel 4's crime drama Top Boy, has joined the cast of Skyfall director Sam Mendes's Empire of Light. Ward, who also starred in one of Steve McQueen's Small Axe films for the BBC, Lovers Rock, has won the coveted male lead in the picture, which will be Mendes's first project as a solo screenwriter. Empire of Light has been described as a love story set in and around a beautiful old cinema on the south coast of England in the 1980s, and will also be led by British national treasure and Academy Award winner Olivia Colman. Mendes will also re-team with Roger Deakins, the award-winning cinematographer with whom he crafted the critically acclaimed war drama 1917. There's no concrete release date as yet, but shooting on Empire of Light is expected to kick off in the autumn of next year.
And the EE Rising Star goes to Michael Ward.
Denis Villeneuve's hotly anticipated sci-fi epic Dune will release with not one, not two, but three soundtracks later this year. The film will adapt Frank Herbert's classic novel of the same name, which sees warring houses on the far-flung planet of Arrakis fighting for control of the hallowed spice melange, a drug that grants long life and increased abilities, but is also the key to faster-than-light travel. Dune's score comes from the mind of Oscar and Grammy Award-winning composer Hans Zimmer, best known for his work on the Dark Knight trilogy, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Gladiator, and previous Villeneuve sci-fi romp Blade Runner 2049. On the soundtrack front, first up on September 3rd, the Dune sketchbook will release, which is comprised of extended musical explorations of the film's main score. Interestingly, the sketchbook will also be Zimmer's first soundtrack released in the format of Dolby Atmos music. September 17th, meanwhile, will see the launch of the original motion picture soundtrack, a traditional scene-by-scene score for the film. And then, on October 22nd, the same date as the film's actual release, fans will see the debut of The Art and Soul of Dune. Curiously enough, this won't be a soundtrack for the movie, but will instead be a companion piece to the film's art book of the same name. So yeah, they're expecting this one to be big. Dune will feature an all-star cast that includes Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista, Oscar Isaac, Javier Bardem, Stellan Skarsgård, and Josh Brolin. And as mentioned, will be releasing on the 22nd of October.
Don't try your powers on me. Try looking into that place where you dare not look. You will find me there staring back at you.
You mustn't speak!
And finally, Bridgerton breakout star Rege-Jean Page has landed the lead role of Paramount's feature film reboot of The Saint. Set to be Page's second project with the studio following the currently filming Dungeons & Dragons, The Saint centers around conman and thief for hire Simon Templar. A global hit in the 1960s for a then pre-Bond Roger Moore, The Saint has been revived a number of times over the years and across a number of different mediums to less than spectacular results, with a 1997 feature starring Val Kilmer in the eponymous role lambasted by critics and fans alike upon its release. This latest iteration hasn't been without its share of woes either, with Page's casting coming in the wake of another collapse with Dexter Fletcher helming and Chris Pine in the lead. Meanwhile, Page is joined on the project by onboarding playwright and actor Kwame Kwei-Armah, who'll pen a new draft of the screenplay with a reported emphasis on an action thriller tone. Lorenzo de Bonaventura and Brad Cravoy are set to produce alongside their star, with Hollywood royalty Robert the Kid Evans also set to receive a posthumous producing credit. However, no production schedule is known as yet. The Polish MMA action of Bartowiak comes to streaming via Netflix today, while Yvonne Rayner's Volleyball is new for Mubi subscribers. Cinematic offerings on Freeview for today, meanwhile, include the Jason Clarke thriller The Senator on BBC Two, Death Wish on ITV4, Master and Commander The Far Side of the World, the remake of Pet Sematary and Misery are showing on Film 4, Dangerous Minds is on 5 Star, We Were Soldiers is on the Paramount Network, the Soska Sisters remake of Rabid and Discarnate are showing on the Horror Channel, and on Great Movies you can find Catch and Release, Paul Blart Mall Cop, Panic Room, and Wildcard. While the Sky Cinema and Now premiere for today is the relationship comedy We Broke Up. That's your Daily Reel for Wednesday, July 28th. Keep it cinematic, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Daily Reel is a Candystore production, presented by Van Connor and written by Calvin Prickett. All information is correct at the time of writing, and source links are in the description for each episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on all good podcast platforms, or ask Alexa to install the Daily Reel skill for your morning flash briefing. Follow the show on social at Daily Reel Pod, and we'll be back every weekday. Until then, keep it cinematic.